Hey, it's Alan here from AlansBMX, and here is the legend that is my good mate, Andy Preston.
Hello. Hello, internet world.
Are you entering today?
I don't enter anything anymore.
Oh, man, you know, you do well. So anyway, here we are, we're at Southsea Skatepark, the We Were Rad, a weekender. Weather's looking good, loads of people here. Oh, and indeed, there you go, legend after legend, Charlie Reynolds.
Top man, wicked.
They just keep coming. So yeah, we're going to do a bit of a walk around, have a look at the bikes. Yesterday there was no school comp and a new school one, and today there's going to be a flatland demo, I think, with Ephraim and some of his mates. So we're just going to do a bit of a walk around. We can talk you through some of our stuff and also have a look at the bikes here that are on display, some amazing stuff. Okay, so here we are at in the Show and Shine Bowl, I think you'd probably call this. So I've not really had a proper good look at the bikes we've got here, but we'll just wing it and go around, and if we see anybody whose bikes are out, we can ask them a few questions as well. So let's go. Oh wow. So here, talk of Freestylist. We imported these to the UK in 1984. Our two Talker freestyle riders that we had at the time, Terry Jenkins and Andy Irwin, did some development work on this, and we sent the drawings to Steve Johnson in California, and Steve put these together, and they had Martin Aparejo riding it for a short time. Yeah, so the bike was based on a Talker Pro X, but as you can see, they made the top tube, double top tube narrow here. They put this gusset in, and because we all, this was early days and we had issues where we couldn't do kind of rotate the bars 360 degrees, they actually installed a 5-inch head tube on these. So yeah, there's only this and Redline and maybe one or two other bikes that had a 5-inch head tube, and this more substantial gusset here. Now, it hasn't got original forks, and you'll find a lot of Talker freestylists don't. And the reason why that is, they had a warranty issue on the fork. So where the steerer was welded here, it wasn't welded properly, and they all came loose. So when we bought all the frames from Talker from their auction at Fullerton in February 1985, we had a bunch of frames but no forks to be able to go with them. So that's sadly why this is. The original forks had little kind of like motorcycle foot pegs at the very bottom of them. So if you do see a freestyle, it's good that's got original forks. And the issue is, of course, if you've got one of these and you haven't got the forks, bloody 5-inch head tube. So there are not many forks that are gonna fit. Also quite cool on this bike, Mirage crossbars. Mirage is a brand that we did back in the day and still do today. We reissued these about, 6 or 7 years ago. Somebody asked me last week, had we got a set? Never even kept a set. I haven't even got a sample set, so I don't know whether these are originals or... Originals? Oh, I think the difference was, you can tell, the originals had blowholes here, and when you used to ride it, you'd hear them whistling. So what did you do about this? Is your bike, is it? Come over here then. You can sign the release later. So I was just telling Tom about the issue that we had with the forks on these. So how do you get around that on this?
Believe it or not, this top nut isn't on the threads. Only this is.
Ah, right. Okay.
That was the only set of forks I could find to fit that size.
Yeah.
You know how rare the forks are.
Yeah.
I've never seen a bike with them on it.
Yeah. No. I don't know if you heard what I was saying. There was an issue with them in manufacturing. They replaced a lot of them under warranty. So then we had frames without. Frames without forks, but I remember riding these.
This came from yours,
Well, if
a long time ago.
If it was, we sold them obviously when they were new, and then we had them in the early 2000s.
Yeah, so
probably 150 quid for the frame.
That's right.
Maybe.
Sounds about right. It does. Yeah.
and now they're the classic. But there are rumours that something's going to happen again with Talker.
Oh really?
So so that'd be.
That's why I brought it, because I don't see many of them now.
Yeah. We've got those other stickers trying to sell you something. I mean, doing a video and I'm still trying to sell.
I prefer these stickers.
Oh, right, he prefers these stickers.
Yeah.
So each to his own, you know.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Well, at least you've got the Freestylist down tube, because a lot of them just came with a Talker sticker because they ran out of these. But when they came, you know, we'd seen the Talker Freestyler stickers, we were like, we needed to do something a bit jazzy.
And the other problem with these was the seat post tube. Really odd size.
Oh, really?
That's an alley post, and I've had it nailed down in a lathe to fit in the tube. It was such a weird, I think it's like 23.6 or something. It's a really weird size.
I can only imagine. I couldn't imagine that was manufacturing fault, because they should be 7/8, 22.2.
Oh, well, 22.2 just slid straight down.
Really?
So yeah, I had to sort of in a lathe nail it down just to get it to fit right.
Yeah, well,
So
you know, nothing was precision, was it, back in the? If it's precision, it ain't original, you know. No, that's
it's just
really
a lovely looking bike.
Yeah. No, there are a lot of fans of them, and because they only made, I think I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they thought they only made 80 of them.
Oh, really?
So I mean, I don't know how verified that is, but it can't have been many, because we got them in summer 1984, and Talker went bust at the end of that year.
That's it, yeah.
So you know, they were maybe only available for 6 months. But
Right.
yeah, good.
I literally just finished this week. So these come from yours, the cables, the stem.
Oh, nice.
The literally last week.
Oh, right,
I've got
okay.
to finish it in time.
No, that's much. What was your name again? Sir?
Wayne.
Okay, Wayne. Nice one, Wayne. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Well, where is he now? This is Jonathan Higginson's original Patterson from back in the day. Just saw him standing here. Maybe we'll come back to him and we'll cut it in, Tom. But 100%. Even the air in the tyres. Actually, they're pumped up. Air in the tyres, we've got to mark it down a bit. It's got 2013 air in the tyres. But yeah, look at that. And I just love, you know, the patina on the frame. It's got one of our original Mirage, you know, the Type 1 number plate, which were from, I don't know, maybe late 82, maybe, which obviously we based on a Wizard and a Haro plate. Yeah, but those things are quite rare. After this we did the Lexan plate, but yeah, Unitrons. Hey, listen to this, shout out to Amy. These are original Unitrons. And you know what? They're all still intact, the rubber's good. Try this with a pair of like mushrooms from back in the day, and it would just all come apart in your hand. So 40 years, that rubber still, it's not hard, it still feels good. So yeah, maybe, oh, Jonathan's here. Hey, Jonathan.
Hello, Godfather.
Yeah. So this is Jonathan Higginson, part of the Higginson family that did the BMX News and BMX Weekly later on. And I mean, I've said this before, but if we didn't have, you know, BMX Weekly here in the UK, BMX wouldn't have grown as exponentially as it did in 1981, 1982 and 1983. So it was crazy. You could just go to your local newsagent anywhere in the UK, pick up the newspaper, and yeah, that made BMX just, we definitely caught up to the rest of Europe in those early years in the 1980s. So tell us a bit about this then, John.
The Patterson frame is a Patterson long. It's the first edition in the chrome. The previous ones were in nickel. This came by Les Windle, and it was sent to the BMX Weekly as a test on the Patterson frame. I liked it that much. I said, Les, how much can I have this for? Can I get a discount? He says, you can keep the frame.
Oh, wow.
So I was more than happy. The forks are not original. I think they're Tange. I think it's a Hutch stem.
Oh yeah, the
there.
2-in-1 thing. Yeah. And that's on the.
It's all original. I think the ones that aren't original are the grips.
Oh, don't tell me that. I've just been talking about original.
But when I say original, they're like 30 years old, not 40 years old.
Oh, right, okay.
So they are still very, very old, but not to the degree of 41 years old.
Yeah,
they came in a bit later and they were replaced. And the tyres are original. They're, if you look
The
at the
IRC,
sidewalk,
are the IRCs?
they're Nally Nobblers.
Oh yeah, Panaracer now Nobblies. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course they are.
I used to run a 2.125 on the front, but Damon Parkinson borrowed it permanently off me.
He's got a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
So are the Hutch pedals, are they the magnesium titanium ones?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
And it's the first generation 401s.
Yeah, single pinch, yeah. Beautiful.
If you notice, it's got the flat centre nut. A lot of them have got a dome nut.
Oh, so you've got the red line, the Techmatic BB.
That's right,
Yeah, which was an upgrade, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All that money for cranks, and they came with a loose ball
Absolutely, yeah.
bracket. Oh, that's
I seem
amazing.
to remember the pedals were either £85 or £89 at the time.
Wow.
Should have been called Shin Scrapers.
Yeah, and look how good your cages are too. I used to have to change these every month. They used to get bashed in, didn't they? Look
I
at
did
those
have another
bearings.
set and I completely smashed them to pieces in a crash.
No, that's. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you haven't just put this away in the loft and brought it out this weekend. You have rode this bike periodically over the years.
I've ridden it, but I've never cleaned it. So, which is actually added to its patina.
Yes, yeah. No, that's
It's all
fantastic.
original rust.
No, that's amazing. So did it come to you as you said, it's got a tange fork, but did it come to you as a frame or frame and fork or something?
Just a frame.
Oh, really?
That's all that was imported. It was the first imported Patterson frame into the UK via Les Windle.
So do you know who made these? Do you know who made these originally?
I did know the history.
Someone will know. Someone will tell us if you're watching this. If you're watching this video, you tell us who made these.
There is a frame number on it.
Really? Okay.
On the side, yeah.
Can we get a shot of that frame number, Tom?
Yeah. There is a ratio of how these are read. That's my postcode. 03.
We'll blur that out. It's okay.
It's an old postcode.
Oh, that's okay. Don't go around there looking for this bike. You don't live there anymore.
No, long gone. But yeah, everything is sweet. Ran 44/16 gear ratio.
And you even got an original DAX stand. Look at the stand.
Oh yeah. I used to have about 100 of these in my shop.
They did this and they did an aluminium one as well.
They did. The aluminiums
Yeah.
weren't great, but these were absolutely solid.
So when the bikes got a little bit later, you couldn't. This was too small, so you had to take these little rubber bits off
To make them fit.
And then we had a few of these stands, and they haven't got. So finding them with the rubber bits, plastic is rare as well. Do you know? Even the bloody stand. Look at that.
It's in sweet.
Oh,
And it's
that's
great
amazing.
until someone sits on the bike
And then,
while it's on the stand, and then it creases
No,
the tube.
if you remember, we had these in the shop.
Yeah.
And they were a bloody nightmare, weren't they?
If anyone sat on the bikes in the shop, it would ruin the frames. They were junk.
Oh, just noticed the wheels as well. They're really nice, aren't they? GT hubs with UK rims.
Yeah, they're actually double-butted chrome spokes, so they're thinner in the centres, and they've got aluminium nipples, which are anodised in red.
So who did your wheel building back then?
I did all my wheel building, self-taught.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fair play. Yeah. No.
I thought there can't be much to that, and there wasn't.
And the chrome on the rims is still really good, isn't it?
It's really good. Yeah. I didn't
Because
do much braking.
If you had a no,
Crash
but
or win.
if you see Araya rims from them, all the chrome's fallen off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really, even Araya rims from not long ago, or even
Yeah.
Odyssey rims from not that long
Well,
ago.
I always ran the back brake on the right, which infuriates
should.
some people.
As you should.
It's a bicycle. It's a BMX bicycle for racing.
Yep.
It's not a motorbike on the road, so that's how I liked it. That's how I preferred it.
Yeah.
The back sprocket is a Sunto with a chrome outer.
Yeah. We used to use those instead of we preferred these to the Shimano.
Yeah. They're much easier to get off as well.
Yeah, and I think they used to last longer too.
Yeah. I never had a problem with the
Sunto, no, they were super.
They're solid.
Yeah. And also a shout out to, I don't know who he is. Tom was telling me yesterday there's a guy and he's doing some amazing seat restoration work. Tom was telling me that he had he'd done a uni seat and he'd re-plastic welded it, refinished it and polished it, and the thing looked like new. So if we can find out who that is, we'll give him a shout out on the video.
I've actually got the second generation uni seat in the garage at home, and it wasn't as comfy to sit on. Not that we sat down much.
Yeah, this is like the original
So I put the
Hammerhead.
original back on. Yeah.
The other one was Turbo. Was it called a Uni
it was,
Turbo?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it.
Yeah, they relaunched this brand a few years ago,
Right.
like as a race brand, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. So we did have these, and they did all these different shapes as well, So,
Yeah.
Fiberglass seat posts, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's still original without any breakages. quite often these would like laminate or split right down them, but no, it's fully original with all its war scars. But yeah, it's not split or anything. I don't know how, but I lost the stem pad at some point. I've absolutely no idea where that's gone.
By the way, we have got reissue flight Patterson pads as well. So not that you want to put them on this bike, but if you've got another shiny bike, that'd be really good. Oh, and tell us about your shirt, John.
Oh, I'm struggling to make it fit, but it's 100% going to fit. I can assure you, I'll make it fit. This was actually brought into the UK by our good self, Alan Woods, back in winter 1982, I think it was. 2 of these shirts, one I ripped to shreds in a race, and it's still alive in someone's drawer around in Morecambe, and the other one is just about lasting on its last legs, but I'll get another 20 years wear out of it, I think, as long as I'm alive.
Yeah, but Jonathan asked me to have these done, and we went to California as we did regularly at the time, and I took them to the Johnson family, who had Max as well as Talker. So Doug and Doris did Max, and they had a unit adjacent to Talker in Fullerton. I remember being there and them putting this on the heat press and pressing it down, and we've got
your name on the back, yeah.
And they had Max pants as well in red, white, and black. With
the pants. With
the BMX Weekly down the side.
Right.
So if you look at any of those old BMX Weeklies, you'll see John every week.
Every week, rain or shine, mostly rain.
So yeah, that's awesome. Listen, thank you very much, and thanks for coming down this weekend.
Cheers.
It's been awesome to see you. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, went a bit over on that with time, sorry guys, but there was a lot to talk about, wasn't there? So hope you appreciated it. So we'll just keep moving down. You've seen this before, 40th Bob Harrow. Shout out to the Harrow downtowns as well, do you know what I mean? Oh, and yeah, take this Oakley. Yeah, Amy grip upgrade.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got JJ Martin's bikes here. This is our Harrow Freestyler Gen 2, 83 or whatever it is. Apart from the grips, I haven't tried to locate any grips really. I probably should do. The bike is 100% original. Oh, and the chain. We changed the chain out to be able to ride it, but I've got the original chain. And the grips, I think someone will just put some crappy, like, you know, whatever grips on there. But I do need to spend hundreds of pounds to find some original grips for this bike. So yeah, these are JJ Martin's bikes. We've got these are reissue Hutch Trickstar. A reissue Harrow Master 87 looking thing, but with some flatland forks on it by the look of it. I mean, if you see JJ riding, you know, he still does a lot of the modern freestyle flatland moves, so the bikes have got to be practical. So these are a really good direction for someone who wants a classic looking bike but still wants to do, you know, up-to-date flatland maneuvers. And this is how the bikes are set up. So yeah, definitely riders on this. Okay, woo, look at these things. Harry Leary Turbo. Now these had a unique black chrome finish to the frame, fork, handlebar and crank, as you can see. Cranks were made by Sugino. They were a bit weird really fitment. They were square taper. There's a square taper chromoly spindle and a square taper chromoly crank arm. So as you can imagine, that didn't always fit together too well. But yeah, attention to detail on this is great. Original manual and dealer information. And I think these are original Diamondback tyres, which were made by IRC, if I remember correctly. Massoud, gentleman's not here to be able to ask any questions about, but must be refinished, this frame, because they used to get. We only ever had a couple of them new, and we took them out of the box and they were scratched. So yeah, but amazing thing. And if anyone from Diamondback is out there, it'd be good to redo a couple of these frames, or at least a Silver Streak anyway. Redline PL20, a little bit later. Redline this, really nice bike. Here are those Panaracer now, the knobbies that we just saw on Jonathan's bike. So yeah, proper, Stu Thompson era. Another bike with a 5-inch head tube, actually. The Pro V-bars, which are super nice. Yeah. Redline 400 crank. Again, same kind of setup. There's a lot of DNA share between these Redline cranks and the Sagino Diamondback cranks we saw on the Harry Leary. I mean, you can tell on these that because they've got the spider and the squirt taper again. XC2 pedals. These things are hard to find now. These were bread and butter for us back in the day. Love the graphics of these 84 bikes, by the way. So really nice. Yeah, that's a belter. So gas shooter style as well for those people in the UK. Yeah, Performer in the Edifiola yellow, which is really nice. Got one of the reissue quad angles. This is actually one of my favourite SEs from the last few years that they've done. Bike just looks amazing, doesn't it? And the last one of these they did was they did a 20-inch in the baby blue a few years ago. And those bikes have got a longer top tube. They're really nice ride, those things now. Speaking of 20-inch quad angles. Yeah, I don't know about the. So this is a loop tail. I don't know about the colour here. I don't remember this grey, but maybe either someone's had it refinished, or maybe it was a colour that they did. But I always remember, when we were riding Robinsons at the time, and occasionally you'd look at some other stuff, and the only other thing that I would have liked to have gotten was something like this. The quad angles were really good, and if you remember those RRS frames, which had a lot of unique features, we never really had them over here. But there was only a couple of frames that I always thought if I was buying a frame, that's what I'd like to get. So yeah. Yeah, really nice Curtis. So these were UK made, not too far from here. And Brian Curtis made motorcycle frames, so he definitely knew his stuff. And if you look here at the brazing, this is beautiful. So I know Tim March is going to be making some MRD frames. And they've got this type of Curtis brazing on them, and they look amazing. The thing was with this stuff, a few years ago, the UK made bikes weren't really that much appreciated, but they definitely are now, because they were made in much smaller numbers. And they were handmade, so nothing here was made in Taiwan. It was all handmade in the UK by craftsmen that we've sadly lost over the years. So yeah, original sticker too, so that's good. I forgot what these things are. I was speaking to this guy yesterday.
That's an Amico.
That's an Amico.
Team special.
Oh wow, so is this yours?
Yeah.
Oh well, we can talk to you about it. What's your name?
Rob.
Rob. So yeah, I don't remember this. So I remember like the Amico Freestyle.
Yeah, it's a team well, I believe it's a team special. I've had it since I was 10. It's my original bike from when I was a kid.
So what year was that then?
I think it's an 83.
Because this is, for those that don't know, Amico were the importer for Mongoose, and I think they started to have aspirations to build up their own brand, didn't they? Do you know what I mean?
But I've had it most of my life, and this last winter, all the parts on it are what I've added to it over the years. The only thing I've replaced is the brakes. Because the old ones need a lot more work doing to them. But it's been done to match a car. That's why it's all custom. It's been colour coded to match, so it goes on the back of my car for car shows.
Yeah.
And it's just my original bike from when I was a kid. And
wow, fair play.
everything is there's no only new parts I've added to it are the brakes and the pegs.
Yeah.
It's original crank. It's not original headset, obviously. It's my seat. As you can see, it's well battered. It's been talked about a lot over the years. Original air oil seat.
Yeah, they're real buggers for cracking these things, aren't they? So that's in good shape.
And it's just my baby.
Yeah. No, it's really good. Yeah, the gusset's very reminiscent of Mongoose, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that gives it away is the extra bit in the bottom.
Yeah. I'll remember that. I'll remember that for next time.
Yeah.
Cool.
It took me a while to find out what it was. I knew it was an Amoco, and I always thought it was called an Amoco BMX 1.
Right.
And then did a bit of research on it and found out it's a team special.
Yeah.
When I bought it, the first thing I did, as you do, I peeled all the stickers off it.
Yeah. No, that's what everybody did. You're right. No, but that's really cool. Like I say, the bikes I remember was like the Freestyler with the twin top tube. Do you know what I mean? So,
I've only ever seen one other one.
Yeah. No, it's good. Again, UK history. That's just really good.
It's something I have heard.
You can't remember what this is. I was speaking to the guy yesterday. He entered it.
You remembered it a little while ago.
Yeah, it's a Stratton Freestyle.
Oh, no, it's a Stratton.
Stratton, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Stratton Freestyler. So I think it was just kind of like a catalogue bike, but he entered the company yesterday, and the Rickman handlebars. I think the Rickman handlebars, but they might not be. Anyway, handlebars to be verified. We'll write down that at the bottom there. Oh, look at that. Skyway TA. It's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, one of our Mirage headsets on there, Tom, as well, which we haven't had for a few years, so that's quite cool. Yeah, that's the mod that people used to use, the Diacom pinch seat clamp to mount the coaster brake arm in Uniseat 2. Yeah, that's quite cool, isn't it? Wow, a little bit earlier 80s, possibly even late 70s. Cycle Pro, Sagino Maxi Cross cranks. We had those on our bikes in 1980. These prismatic stickers are reissued by all. Look at how new they are, but they look really good, don't they? Nice set of snake bellies.
Just pick 2 more bikes.
Yeah, Raya Rose. Yeah, we're going to probably call it here. Here's really nice Mongoose Pro Class. So it was all based on like the Super Goose platform, but they had a longer top tube. I think maybe 1 or 2 of the tubes were slightly larger diameter, and they came in either this chrome finish or black chrome, much like the Harry Leary Turbo. Yeah, some nice stuff. The Hutch headlock, Hutch stem, Pro Class rims with Suzuki hubs, Alina lightning bolt seat. Oh, there you go, the Harry Leary Turbo crank again. Nice set of DX pedals. Yeah, so we'll leave it at there. The Flatland demo is about to go off now, so we'll check in with you later. Hey, a couple more bikes from the show and shine here today. They've just announced the winners. There's just too many to go through, so we're just going to pick a couple that caught our eye. So yeah, I just spotted this Mirage, which is our brand that we started in 1982. Not many people know this, but we did actually make a prototype frame, and this is it. It's an expert size frame for a sort of like 9 to 12 year old rider. We made it for Matthew Doran from Ashton in Makerfield, who rode for us at the time. They were manufactured by Chris at Birmingham Wheels, who made their own frames too. Frames are all brazed. It's a European threaded bottom bracket. Comes with a road-sized headset. So this gentleman who owns it now bought it from us. It was originally chrome, covered in rust. Obviously he's had it powder coated and gone to extreme lengths to be able to make the only Mirage bike in the world. Fair play. He's got the Lexan brake guard. It's got the Mirage power disc. It's got the chain that we did a few years ago. Really nice touch, the Reynolds 531 tube in here, because that's what it was made from. I'm not even sure what the fork is, to be honest. I think we just sold it to him as a frame, but obviously it matches really well. It's obviously a junior mini expert fork. It's got a DK mini stem, short reach, original Renthal handlebars. Of course, it's got the Mirage mini Lexan plate. Sold about 10,000 of these across the sizes back in the day. DX lever, Weinman short reach brake to be able to accommodate the 1.3", they look like 1.3/8 rims with 1/8 Tioga tyres. So uni seat finishing that thing off. Even a stand there. So how cool is that? Yeah, really surprised to see this when it was finished. So yeah, we're here with, what's your name again, sorry? Phil, yeah, we're here with Phil with his win in March. So do you think you were going to win? Do you think you were in with a chance?
No, not really, no. Well surprised, really surprised.
No, that's really nice. So listen, obviously I remember the MRD, the brazed MRD frames from sort of back in the day. So what's the story with this, with the change to March? And
they went from March to Rebel. Rebel, I don't know if you remember the company Rebel, but they had the rights to build them after MRD stopped. And they were doing a few prototypes, and so Tim said, he reckons there was about 5 of these actually made. So it's quite a rare bike. And I managed to actually get a March seat clamp as well, which they were under prototypes.
Yeah.
And a good friend of mine gave it to me, and he managed to find a few of the bits that were actually being manufactured. And they were going to build stems, cranks, but then the bubble burst on BMX, and then they never ever got put into production.
So I'm taking it this is a bit later, maybe 87 or something?
It's 86, I think it was.
Right, okay.
The geometry on it is Pistol Pete CW.
Right.
The geometry was sort of basically copied off of that.
Yeah.
It's quite a rare beast. But, I say it's nice frame, and it's nice to have something a little bit different, because there's plenty of MRDs around, but I've only ever seen this one. So. And
I remember Trans Am, they were the distributors for them. They used to sell these grips. I remember having them. So when you put them on, were they a bit big diameter?
Yeah, slightly. Yeah, they still are.
So have you had to put a bit of tape on it?
You either bit hairspray on it.
Oh, really? Right, yeah. Because I remember having these, and they came in a box, didn't they?
That's right.
And then you put them on, and they were just like fall on and fall off. So I remember that. Yeah.
I think they were made for motorbikes mainly. I think they were just slightly bigger.
Yeah, well, usually with there you go. So the motorcycle grip, you got like a 7/8 one and a 1 inch for the throttle side.
Right, yeah.
But these, they were a bit bigger than 7/8.
Yeah.
Maybe it was one grip that could kind of do both. Maybe I don't know.
Possibly.
Do you know what I mean? So. That's amazing. So afterwards, they sold these as Rebel.
Well, no, this was Rebel actually made these.
Right. Okay.
Tim did a deal with Rebel.
Oh, I see.
Obviously, they made these frames for a while, but I think he reckons there's about 5 made.
Wow.
But it was when the bubble was bursting, and.
So is it a bigger, longer frame? Is it a longer top tube?
Yeah, it's quite a long top tube. I think it's about a 19. Which is relatively long
for then in the day.
Yeah, so it's I'll say Rebel made them, but I mean Rebel, they made some nice bikes as well. Rebel.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of Rebels at home, Cruiser and a Pro framers, but I haven't built them up. They're just in the collection.
Yeah, they were definitely a brand that was sort of forgotten about, weren't they? Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Again, we had some really good manufacturers in our country, and that's all I collect is British race frames.
Well, all sadly unable to. If you try to make this nowadays, you probably couldn't do it. No.
Cost of materials, you couldn't get it built.
And we haven't got the expertise anymore, unfortunately.
Unfortunately not, no.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. Well, listen, thanks again for your time, Phil, and well done, mate.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. So there you go. Hot off the presses from Southsea Skatepark. Don't forget, the Skate Park's just right here, just outside Portsmouth. Original heritage skate park from back in the day. You know, they do BMX, skates, scooter sessions. So if you go to Southsea Skatepark website, all their opening times and the sessions, and they do amazing coaching sessions here as well, getting people into BMX and skateboarding. So check that out here at Southsea.